smooth, bro.
All right, y'all. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the original underscore sports podcast. I am your host, Big Mike. To my left or my right is Smooth, and to my bottom is VO. NFL Girl is away today, but it's all good. We'll hold down the fort for her. Before I get started, we are on we're on all the channels. We're on YouTube, we're on Spotify, we're on Apple. We have an Instagram, so if you want to check us out, check out any updates, anything that we're posting, all that stuff, feel free to check us out. The links will be in the descriptions. So without further ado, we can get started on some breaking news that just broke damn near an hour and a half or 2 hours ago. So we have been talking about this on the pod for a little bit. Kevin Durant, where is he going to go? If he's going to get traded, where is he going to go? And the Houston Rockets decided to say we want Kevin Durant. So Kevin Durant is traded to the Houston Rockets. I think compensation was Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, the
It's like
10th.
a basketball, pretty much.
Yeah, the 10th, the 10th overall pick, and 5 second-round picks. So I'll go to Smooth first on this. So Smooth, who do you think won or lost the trade? What do you think this puts the Houston Rockets, and where do you see this with the Suns?
So the Suns basically are blowing it up. I called this anyway. I thought Houston would be the best fit. Houston was missing a closer. They didn't have a closer. Jalen Green wasn't consistent. Dylan Brooks is just a bully. He just plays basketball when he wants to, but he wants to be a bully out there, right? And without that closer, the coach even had him as the number two. There's a number two round as a number two actual team in the West. Think about that. Mm-hmm. Without a closer, they finished the second in the West when the West was the Wild Wild West. So now you give him a bona fide closer. They don't lose that first round game with Kevin Durant. First round series with Kevin Durant. I don't believe. And then once you get into the later rounds, you don't know what could happen. So I think it's a great move for Houston because if you're trying to make the next step, you need that piece that's going to take you over the top. Now with Phoenix, I don't know what they're doing. You know, I guess you're trying to go young and you get rid of Bill, and I don't know what you're going to do with Booker, but you already have a two-guard of Booker, so you get Jalen Green. Where is he going to fit?
Beal's contract's on trade. I mean, it had the no trade clause, so no one wants that contract. So I don't know what they're going to do with Beal.
So you get more two guards, right? Because Dylan Brooks is a two guard, Jalen Green is a two guard.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do?
Brooks can probably play the three.
One of them's have to play the three. Yeah.
Yeah, but
his offense ain't good enough for him to be a straight two. You know what I'm saying? So you can get away with him being a 3 and D.
But what do you have though? What are you doing in Phoenix? You're just breaking it up and starting over because you're not going to have no movement in the West when the West is getting tougher. So you're basically saying we failed with this Kevin Durant and all these pieces that we put together that we never made any kind of push, a slight push, but not a major push that you thought was going to happen because you can't build teams that way anymore. As we talked about the previous weeks, you got to have a team concept and everybody can't be a star. You just need players, role players that can play in big time moments. So Houston is the winner. I think it's a great fit. And I think that now they have a closer. Watch out for them in the West.
All right, well said. So Vio would say, who do you think won or lost the trade? And kind of where do you see kind of with the fit with Kevin Durant, obviously, and then with the Suns, what do you think they're going to be doing next?
I fuck with it on both sides because I fuck with it for like Smooth said, all the reasons why Houston, you need a closer, you're a contender, you pretty much in a win now mode now. So, you need a veteran, you got a pretty much young team, so you have a nice balance. And you know what I'm saying? And you already got nice talent just in case KD moves on. You know what I'm saying? You still got Amen Thompson, you still got Sengun, you still got, still got Cam Whitmore. They didn't have to give up none of them. Whitmore, Easton, they all got a chance. They didn't even give up none of those. So
I heard they were trying. I heard Phoenix was trying to get Sengun, or they were trying to see if Sengun or Thompson was going to be in Phoenix. In the Rockets said no. Which is
when I saw when Phoenix said they told San Antonio they wanted Castle or the second pick, I did exactly what they did, hung up on them. I'm glad San Antonio didn't fall for that.
Yeah, I agree with that.
They did exactly what you're supposed to do. I would have straight up hung up the phone.
No, they like Castle, man. He was the rookie of the year. So why was he trade out?
But I fuck with it for the Houston like that aspect. But the only way I say put it like this: you better win something in the next 2 years, though. That's how I figure out who won or lost the trade. Because if Houston don't win, tight or even get close, then they lost the trade. Because to me, I feel like Phoenix, they already acknowledged, hey, we blowing it up. Fuck it, we just throwing shit to the wall right now. We don't really know, but we gonna
Yeah.
what we is gonna know is we ain't gonna pay up motherfuckers a whole bunch of money for doing nothing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
No, I
That's
agree with
basically
that.
what they're saying. You know what I mean? I fuck with that because and then the most and to be real honest, like how many superstar players are actually the number one overall pick or number two? Not many. Most of them come like the mid, like in the lottery, like 10, like where they got the pick or
Mm-hmm.
11 or 12, but they don't ever really be hardly the number one or number two,
I
hardly
mean,
ever
SGA
be.
was the 14th pick.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So Phoenix, you get a chance to get somebody, you get a chance to find a diamond in the rough and start over, rookie contract. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? You get rid of headaches. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So in Phoenix, I fuck with it. You gotta acknowledge what, start over and move Booker next. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And just it just
Only a VO only if they move Booker next because Jalen Green contract is coming up, right? And then you're
Yeah.
gonna have to pay
right.
Dylan Brooks, so you're gonna have to figure that out. It
Yeah. I
only
think.
works if they move. If they move, they gotta move Booker, or else it's like you're gonna pay
Yeah, but
somebody else, a young
yeah,
unproven guy.
they ain't committed to Dylan Brooks though, because let's say they draft a small forward that's outstanding. Well then Brooks out the door.
Yeah, Brooks
Right,
right
that's
out the door.
true. That's
Yeah,
true.
they
But I'm
gotta.
talking
We
about
gotta
Like
get.
Jalen
like it
Green.
ain't it, yeah,
But
and
Jalen Green,
probably
you gotta
Green.
pay him.
Yeah, and probably
Right.
Green too, depending on how good the pick is. Like I
Mm-hmm.
fuck with it, bro. And then you still are somewhat competitive. Like you don't at least you didn't lose them for nothing. Like you do get,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like you do get like I'm not saying we're not saying they're the greatest players at all by no means, but at least you don't lose the free agent. Like at least he's not signed as an unrestricted where you just don't get shit
That's
back.
true. That's
Yeah,
You
because
true.
at
know what I'm
least
saying?
because it would have
So
sucked if you did all that. You gave up a lot to get Kevin Durant and
yeah,
then to get
you gave
absolutely
up all
nothing.
that and then you lose it for nothing.
Nothing.
Like,
Yeah, would have sucked. Yeah.
like, so for real, I fuck with him on both sides. But for honest, we won't know who win it. I give Houston 2 years. They don't win the championship within the next 2 years because they can win it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if Oklahoma City is there with this team, they can get there with that team. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
absolutely.
So I feel like if you don't win it in the next 2 years, it was a failure.
Yeah. You know what the funny thing is? I think the 10th overall pick was Phoenix's initial pick that they end up getting back. So they just basically traded back the pick that they originally had. So there's that piece. No,
San
I agree with
Antonio
both.
like,
Yeah, I
yeah,
agree
San
with both
Antonio
of
like,
y'all.
nah, we ain't gonna give up. San Antonio like, nah, we ain't gonna give up a future guy and
Yeah,
a number two pick for a guy who's gonna be here maybe a year.
that
Maybe
wouldn't
you know
even
what I
make
mean? Like
sense.
they like, nah, that ain't gonna.
I ain't like. I don't like him. I ain't like him in San Antonio though. I
No,
don't
I
like
think
that.
Giannis would be a better fit in San Antonio if I had
Yeah.
to
Oh,
pick
I
between
loved
the
him in
two.
San Antonio. San Antonio, it was a cheat code because
Yeah,
because what you could have done was you would have like if they would have somehow kept the number two pick and also got Durant, they could have easily drafted Ace Bailey and that would have been the fit. That would have been the ceiling.
But the thing is though, you're stunting your young players' growth if you put KD on there because KD needs shots. You're trying to build around a young core, so I don't think KD in San
No,
Antonio.
well, I mean, KD ain't gonna be there but a year. You know what I mean? Like I don't. That's why I fuck with it. I don't see KD being there past like a year. You know what I'm saying? He's 38 years old. I don't see that
Okay.
dude. I don't
Yeah,
see
I feel
him.
what
I
you're saying.
don't
I
see
feel what
him
you're
being
saying.
there for 4 or 5 years. I see him trying to get a team a championship and then bouncing. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Like I think when and
I can see
yeah.
him like if he gets Houston a championship, he retiring.
That
Yeah,
makes
Straight
sense.
like
up.
That
I
makes
just
sense.
think with KD too, also like you have to factor in the injury history. He hasn't been healthy consistently for years too.
And then
So
KD with Wemby KD has no pressure, none. Like
yeah,
like like like
That's
it's like
true.
zero. Like
true.
you know what I mean? Like if they don't get it done, they're not gonna blame KD. You
Yeah.
know
Yeah,
what I'm
And they
saying?
got
Like
Fox. They got Fox. De'Aaron
they
Fox
got
as
Fox
well.
right.
there.
Like look
Yeah,
at all the weapons. Like that'd have been unfair.
yeah,
God know what he doing. God said, no, I ain't gonna do that to y'all.
yeah. No.
But
But
I
I
think
think yeah, go ahead.
whoever they give their second pick, it's still gonna be unfair because
Yeah,
it's gonna help them out anyway because
I don't
Fox
like
is
Dylan. I don't like Dylan Harper at number two for them because you got too many guys handling the
there's
ball.
no need
that's
for
You
my
that.
got
problem.
you.
I agree with
There's
that.
no
I don't
need.
like Dylan. I like Ace Bailey there for them.
Yeah.
He has a better
But it seems
ceiling.
like they got a lot of the same pieces though. They
They
got a
got a
lot
lot
of
of the same
small
pieces.
forwards. A
That's
lot of
why I'm
small
surprised.
forwards.
That's why I'm surprised San Antonio's not trying to trade the pick because
I don't like Dylan Harper.
I like Dylan Harper. I just don't like
It's
him with San
just
Not with
Antonio because
them.
I think he
they need to
needs.
go get Giannis, man. That's what they need. They need to go get
I agree
Giannis.
with that.
Get rid of that second pick because the second pick ain't gonna do nothing for
Yeah,
you.
but
Give
man,
them
do
the
you
second
know
pick
how
up.
much it's gonna cost to get Giannis, bro?
I think
It's
yeah,
gonna it's
but I
gonna
also
cost you.
think
It's gonna cost you your franchise.
but I think if any team has enough draft
Miles
capital,
Bridges was 5 first-round picks, brother.
but San Antonio
Miles
That's
has,
Bridges.
bad.
and they got young.
That's bad. That's bad management though.
That's my
Can
manager.
you can you imagine how much Giannis is worth?
But that's only because you're dealing with a guy that don't understand. You're dealing with people that don't understand basketball, giving up 5 first-round picks, 5 picks for.
You can't.
Yeah,
Man,
that makes no sense.
Giannis is worth a lot. He's a
Bridges.
Giannis is going to get a lot, but I feel like if the Spurs could make it work,
have to give up, and he's still under contract too. You have to give up.
Yeah, pay a lot.
And you got to make the money match. You got to make the money match. Like you're gonna have to give up some shit.
No, I agree.
Well, I mean, San Antonio only paying Fox right now, right?
Yeah, that's it.
So they're not paying anybody, so they can do that. They're not paying anybody right now.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think, listen, I like Dylan Harper. I just don't know if he goes to the Spurs, if he's going to get a chance to really, like, you're going to get to see his full potential because he needs the ball, right?
Yeah,
I just don't know.
Like, you already got Fox.
You already got Fox. You already got Castle. So how's that?
Bailey, man.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. No, but wrapping up, I think, with the trade with Kevin Durant. I mean, I think
Ace Bailey has the better ceiling. Like you kind of see Dylan Harper's cap. Like, that's pretty much what he's gonna be. What you
they got all the other pieces. They got all the other threes though. Like
we got all those threes.
But Ace Bailey, like you don't know what Ace Bailey might be. He might be a Rashard Lewis. He's 6'9", can shoot the ball, handle the ball.
I like Ace.
Block shots. Yeah, like a guy like that, their ceiling is huge. You don't know what they're gonna. They could be.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree with you, Rio. I don't disagree with you at all. But they didn't drafted some of the same kind of pieces over and over again.
Yeah.
That's why I think they're gonna get rid of Keldon, Sohan, and all those guys.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking that they would do if they were gonna do the trade. That's why I think they were gonna probably trade with Milwaukee again. That's why they're gonna move on. Yeah, so I'll just wrap up really quick with the Kevin Durant and thing trade. So no, I think it's going to work. I think for Houston, I think it's a good move, like y'all said. With Phoenix, I'm curious again. I mean, you're going to have to probably move Booker. I think to do a full-on just tear down. I think Booker's the guy because I don't need Beal. No one wants Beal. Let's just keep it. If people want Beal, they would have already been traded.
Then you also get, and if you Phoenix, the worse your team is, you get better picks in the future.
So it's probably in your
best.
But I don't know if they have their picks though.
So you really don't want to be good if you.
That's what I'm saying. Because they don't unless they're able to trade. Like if they trade Booker and they get picks, then yeah. But they don't have their
away so many picks with those moves though.
That's what I'm saying.
They need to get picks back.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's why they have to trade Booker to get picks back because right now they got. They don't hold none of their picks. That's why they were saying it might be better to keep Kevin Durant this year because they don't even have their picks. So they were kind of like in this no man's land. So they did
good to get that first. At least they got a lottery pick. So
they got a lottery pick.
Actually, you want to be honest, they won because they had no picks.
They didn't.
They ended up with a tip.
Shit. They had no. Pick. I think they. I think
if you were like, I didn't really think about it like that. If we really want to keep not bullshit. They didn't have any picks. Like they gave all their picks away. They ended up somehow with a number 10 pick.
They only win, Bo. They only win if it's a good pick.
If they land that pick, if they hit on that pick.
I mean, dude, they win because they didn't have shit.
And they still don't. They still don't because the number 10 pick is the unknown. They still don't have anything.
Yeah, I don't know who they're taking.
But they didn't even have a first round pick at all.
And that's true, right? But I don't think it's that big of a win because they don't know what they're going to get and they don't know what they're doing.
I think to go from not having a first round pick at all to a 10th round pick is pretty good. Number 10 pick in the draft.
Number 10, yeah.
But these drafts have been garbage, you went
from not getting any player to one of the better players in the draft.
But it depends on who they draft, though. It depends on who they draft. Yo, it's all about who they draft.
I think with Vio, I think what you're trying to say, Vio, is the fact that. I think what you're trying to say is the fact that they had no picks because they were like old, they had decrepit, they had no real young anything to build around. So at least with the 10th pick, you can maybe have somebody that you can maybe.
Who knows who that guy might be? He might be. Yeah. Like they give themselves a chance.
Hopefully, let's hope so. Who's the coach for them?
They got some young guy. Forgot his name.
Oh, right, from Cleveland. Okay, well, I guess fuck. Okay, good for them. Well, listen, at least they got a pick. Houston, yeah, I mean, I think with Houston it should be good. I mean, I like the lineup. The lineup should be good. And again, to your point, Vio, I like that they didn't have to give up like the farm to get Kevin Durant because that would have been crazy if they gave up like Amar Thompson or Şengün. Like I love Şengün, so I'm glad they didn't have to give him up because I don't think it would have even worked in Phoenix. So I'm glad that they.
You knew Jalen Green was gone.
Yeah,
like everybody. I think everybody kind of knew he was gone.
Kind of sucks for him a little bit. I think kind of people have kind of been with him, which I get because he's not consistent.
Well, he was himself in the playoffs. You got to step up.
Yeah, that too.
He didn't do shit.
Yeah, and that kind of hurt his. Obviously, at that point, yeah, you gotta
because they're time to show your value.
Yeah, because they're in win now mode. right? And to your point,
Amon Thompson didn't know shit about shit, and he showed that he's probably the best player on the team.
Yeah. And I mean, you got Cam Whitmore that can slide into that Jalen Green spot if need be. So,
he's nice.
Yeah, Torrey Eason. So they got depth.
But
they have
Amon Thompson, the one that shocked me. Amon Thompson showed me that could be his team. Seriously.
Yeah.
The way that guy plays.
Because it was supposed to be Jalen Green's team.
That's because he played defense.
And he plays defense, yeah.
That dude, man.
He was nice. Nice. Okay. Actually, we didn't get a chance to talk about this last week, but the Desmond Bane trade actually happened last week with Orlando and Memphis. So they gave up 4 first-round picks for Desmond.
I like it, though. I like it for Orlando.
But, yeah, I mean, and I think Memphis got, they got Cole Anthony, and they also got, who else did they get? KCP. I thought it was okay.
Basketball fans, right? So when we talk about that trade, Smooth and Mike, like, we know what we said. Like, you just hear the casual, you gave up 4 first-round picks. Oh, I'm like, damn, did you look at the first-round picks, though? We talking about 2030, right? Like, we don't even, like, those picks, so you basically got them for nothing, really.
And because Orlando couldn't shoot.
Desmond Bane is exactly what Orlando needed.
Like, they needed another, to your points, but they needed another.
And they got rid of a bad contract. That Condavious Pope was a bad contract.
It didn't work. It wasn't a good fit. And they couldn't shoot.
Orlando, Cole Anthony was too guard heavy anyway. You had like 5 point guards.
Thank you.
And Desmond Bane is a guy that can give you 30 when you need it. You know what I'm saying? He can get
and he can shoot the ball.
That's what they need, and that's what Orlando needed. They needed someone who could shoot. I love it. Me too. I was fine with, like, everyone. Yeah, to your point, Vio, a lot of people made a big deal. Oh my God, 4 first-round picks. But I think I look at it this way: if Orlando's as good as everyone thinks they're going to be picking later in the draft anyway. So those picks aren't really going to be like, what are we hyping up these first-round picks for?
Right.
And he fits great with Paulo.
Yeah.
And Franz. I think it's a great fit. And again, he's not the greatest defender, but I don't think
he's all right defender though. He actually
he's a willing defender. He's a willing defender. Yeah, he's a willing defender, and
the effort. At least he tried.
And that part, and plus your defensive scheme with all those other guys, they can hide him anyway. It's fine. I think the most important thing, to your point, is
you get rid of that bad contract.
They needed scoring. They were the worst 3-point shooting team in the NBA. That was the reality. So
and they need more of it. They need another shooter.
That part, I agree with that too. So I think it's fine. I think it will work out. I mean, this Orlando. What was the seed? There was 6 seed, I think.
I think so.
Orlando's gonna be all right, man.
They're gonna be fine.
Be all right.
Yeah, let's be technical about it. Bane hitting more threes than that whole team. So if you look at it from that part, from that perspective, he hit more threes himself,
which is wild. That's
ridiculous, right? That's crazy.
Why I saw that stat, I was like, damn. I didn't realize how bad they were. I didn't realize they were that bad at shooting threes. But I guess it makes sense because with Paolo and Franz, those are more guys going. They don't really have anybody that can shoot.
They front court players.
They go to the front court, exactly. But I mean, hey, like Anthony Black, you were like with the top 10 pick. Now it's you can be the backup point guard, whatever. Jalen Suggs.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, it's about time for him to step up, man.
Thank you. Hey, now it's your opportunity. Hey, Vio, he has all the opportunity in the world now.
The only reason I'm getting on his ass a little bit because he did go number 6.
Yeah, Anthony Black went number 6. Yeah,
that's high.
That's very high. It's lottery.
It's not like you went 17.
That was a crazy draft.
That was a crazy draft.
I don't care, my nigga. You still went 6.
But you got now he has all the opportunity now in the world. I think they're going to give him all the ample opportunity to succeed.
Well, his 3-point shooting got better.
It did.
His 3-point shooting improved a little bit.
And I think
he could shoot it all at Arkansas. At Arkansas, he could shoot it all.
Yeah.
That was not his strength.
Look at from Arkansas to now, he made a drastic improvement.
Yes, I agree.
But he's 6'8", right? He's 6'8" and can handle the ball.
But he got potential where he could be a game changer though. His size and his long. He got long.
Absolutely.
He's quick and he's athletic.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
And I also think for Memphis, it's a good because again, you needed like another point guard. I think
you need to blow that shit up. What
you said, Memphis needs to blow it up?
You said blow that shit out.
Blow it up.
You need to blow that shit up.
You know what? I saw a trade thing where they were talking about getting trading Jaren Jackson to the Knicks or some shit. Apparently,
yeah, blow that shit up. That shit is gone.
I don't even know. That's what they were.
They should have paid Dylan Brooks. They should have never let that core go. That core should have stayed together. That core was wrecking. That core was. But the problem is they started blaming him. And it was all their faults. You remember they put he should have been talking to LeBron. That's why we got our ass. No, we got y'all ass kicked because y'all suck.
And John Moran, and then after he left, John was still doing the same silly
Yeah,
stuff.
You had no leader, man.
They try to blame that
No
all on
leadership.
him and then make it seem like
No
it was his fault. And they ain't never been right since.
Yeah, because I don't know who's like the. I guess Ja's technically the leader of the team.
But you're doomed to
death. I'm
just saying.
They should have kept when they had Kyle Anderson and Tyus Jones. They should have kept them, man.
Tyus Jones, they should have.
That's what they were doing good, man.
I agree with that.
Was a great.
Tyus Jones was a great piece. I don't know why they traded him.
Yeah, that's a great piece.
That whole they did all that. They should just blown it all up after that.
Oh yeah, because they don't have Marcus Smart no more, right? They traded him too, right?
I don't know where that nigga is. He in the G League.
Shit.
No, yeah, because he was on Memphis. He just kept getting hurt.
Oh right.
I think he with Washington right
He's
now.
Washington, yeah. Because I don't. Wow. Yeah, I think they trade. I don't know. Yeah, because that's what to your point. I was thinking like, who's the leader?
I know because I played 2K and he came off.
Yeah, he's on Washington. Yeah, no, because I was thinking. No, because I was just thinking like, who is the leader on Memphis' team? Like, who is like the veteran?
I was like, Marcus Smart play with them now.
Marcus Smart's with them.
Like,
no. Yeah, because
you're played 2K in a minute, so I ain't know, man. I ain't seen nothing across the street.
You're missing, you're kind of missing out Smooth on 2K. You're kind of missing out. Now NCAA football, that's the jam. You got to get on that.
Oh my god, I'm playing 2K right now.
I was playing it earlier. It's okay. I was playing the MLB The Show for a bit like earlier today, but that's neither here nor there.
Oh man, let me tell you, man, I got stuff, man.
We'll do a podcast on that shit one day. Don't worry.
Man, I had a play right, man, where Volpe, all he had to do was just strictly just throw it to the second. This thing want to flip toss.
And then goes over the head.
That's happened to me. Yeah. Oh, have you ever seen that? Oh,
that happens to me. MLB The Show's gotten too real now. You be making errors like a motherfucker in that game now. It
cost me the game. That was the game changer. That was it. Because the guy got him safe at second, and after that, it was just. Anyway, sorry guys.
It's all good. No worries. All right, so NBA Finals tonight. Finally, Game 7. Been a great series overall. We can do a little bit of a deep dive, but simply put, I mean, well, Smooth. Actually, you know what? I'm going to throw it to Smooth because Smooth has been fairly critical of these NBA Finals. So I'll give Smooth the floor. So what has been your thoughts of these finals so far? And I mean, I'm assuming you're going to still stick with your Pacers, but what are your overall thoughts of the finals?
You know, I don't straddle the fence, man. I say what I say. I mean what I say, right? You know, it is what it is. So I think they did Indiana disservice in Game 4. You know. So Shea had 4 fouls in the third quarter, but he ended up scoring. I mean, in the third quarter, but he ended up scoring 15 in the fourth. Mm-hmm. I saw him chicken wing a guy and elbow him, so that should have been a 5th foul. They didn't call it. It's obvious, right? They want to make money, but they want OKC to win. It's obvious because if they lose Game 4, it's over. But miraculously, they win Game 4, and now it's going to Game 7. They said home teams are 15-4 in Game 7s. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying that Indiana can't win. When you see 15-4, it's kind of like almost an impossible feat. Normally, like NFL Girl said, when you win the MVP, you win the championship. I don't believe it should have been this year, but we'll see what happens tonight. I've been real critical of the officiating, and sometimes they make calls, then they out there playing football. Sometimes they don't make any calls. I don't know. That's my take.
That's your take?
But I'll stick with my pick, though. You know.
Okay, fair enough. Yo, what say you? What have your thoughts been on these finals overall? And what are your thoughts on the finals so far? And I'm assuming you're still to stick with your pick of OKC.
Man, that's what I say.
Vio's in deep conscious thought right now.
Don't have no dog in the fight. Really don't care.
Neither do I.
Honestly, it's just. I mean, the only reason I don't want the Pacers to win because they got Jim Boylan as an assistant coach.
You always got this personal vendetta against people, man.
Remember Jim Boylan is the worst Bulls coach ever. The worst Bulls coach of all time. The worst. And he's an assistant with Indiana. That's the only reason why I don't want them to win.
Come on, yo, you can't have no personal vendettas against somebody. You don't want them to win.
Vio don't.
That's all I can really say.
That's all you gotta say. Okay, that's the real reason why Vio doesn't want in.
But Mike, just like the other week when you asked us for one person, he gave us 5. You know, when you holler who was the worst, he was like 3 people, right? He wanted to give us 5 though. That's what Vio does, right?
Vio had a list. He was ready. Yeah. I didn't even tee up the question earlier. I just said, "Hey, who was your overrated?" And Vio was just like, anytime I do, Vio was like, if we ever do a podcast topic on the 5 overrated players, Vio was lock loaded.
There's so many.
There's a lot. Listen, we could do a podcast just on overrated players.
There's so many.
There are a lot. That's fair. I mean, the finals have been good. I mean, they've been okay for the most part.
I think they've been good, man. I mean, I don't mind OKC winning. Fuck it, I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, I'll still stick with my pick OKC. Why not? But if Indiana wins, hey, good for them. Them's the breaks. Good for Tyrese Halliburton, all that shit. But yeah, I do agree with Smooth to some degree. I think they wanted to stretch out the finals a little bit, seeing that the Stanley Cup already ended. So they need to stretch out some sports because.
Well, but down Jalen Williams did like the ass up though. Game 5,
he did.
Though.
He went 40. Gave him that 40 piece.
He also got dunked on Game 6.
Listen, those things happen.
He got shit on for sure.
He got shit on. It happens.
Yeah, but it always.
I ain't seen a dunk like that in a while. Where the dude come down and like push him off you and stuff like that. Usually you don't see that no more.
Yeah, he just had all that momentum.
He tried to get up there. Siakam said, "No, sir."
Siakam don't play. Siakam be dunking on people. I've seen him dunk on people when he gets in his mode. So, because I like Siakam too. So I mean, if he won 2 titles, good for him. But if he doesn't, then it's fine too. So
But Chad Holmgren is cast with a ghost, right? You see him sometimes, you don't see him, right?
Yeah.
It's real thin. If you push him around the elbow, he'd be out 3 months.
Yeah.
So all they got to do is
don't want Jim Boylen to win, man.
You just want Jim Boylen to win.
All right, man. Let's go something else, man.
We'll go to another topic.
He said my team back. He said my team back. Set him back.
I will wrap up this.
We can't recover how far he just set us back. We still trying to recover.
All right, so we'll switch topics. So the Stanley Cup is over, and unfortunately, the Stanley Cup is still staying south of the border. It did not come north of the border the way I hoped, but that's neither here nor there. So Florida won. They beat the dog shit out of Edmonton. Wasn't even close. So shout out to Florida. Give them their flowers. They won.
Yeah, man.
Whooped every part of Edmonton's ass. Shout out to Smooth. I'll give you your flowers. You made the pick.
Yeah, he sure did.
And he did. So good for you on that.
Remember though, when he beat y'all though, we said it though. They're the champs.
They're the champs. Yeah, that is true. They are the champs, and it just one of those things where Edmonton and I'll start. I think
it should make you feel better, Mike.
I mean,
you kept complaining, right?
I stand by. I stand by everything. I'm not taking.
Like they were supposed to beat them.
I stand by every.
Right, smooth, right.
I'm not taking back a word. Listen, I'll just say this. Listen, before I get to my analysis, I'll say this. Before I say, listen. I stand by every single word I said.
Was the greatest ever, right?
I stand by every single word I said. I stand by every rant, every word I said. I take nothing back. But for Edmonton, I'll say this. Edmonton played with fire the whole playoffs. They were constantly behind in every damn game, even this series. The game 1, they should have lost. There was back and forth. Game 2, they lost. Game 3, they should have lost because they were down 3-0. So they were playing with fire the whole fucking Stanley Cup. And to me, you can't do that with Florida. Like you can't play around with Florida like, oh, we're just gonna come back. No. You gotta put foots on necks. And then game 5 and 6. Man. Yeah, and I mean, listen, they put up 10 goals against Edmonton. 2 games. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, it wasn't even both games weren't even close. I'm like, Jesus Christ, Edmonton, are you
their team like yeah. Like I would compare them like an NFL team that's always in the red zone. You know what I mean? Like they're always in the red zone. Or I would compare them like an NBA team that's always in the paint. You know, a team that's like always in the paint. That's what Florida is.
That's what Florida is. Yeah, no, I agree.
You know what I mean?
And the thing is now, I think it's even like an echo that because Edmonton because right now the Canadian sports media is like, what does Edmonton do? Do they sign McDavid? I'm like, yeah, you sign McDavid, but you have to build a team. You do not have a team.
Let him come to Chicago. Hey, don't sign him.
He's actually a free agent next year, Vio.
No, don't sign him Chicago. Give it to everybody.
No, I can't.
Chicago, get rid of everybody.
That
You
is
hear me?
real.
Get rid of everybody.
No,
Go
Veal,
get
y'all
this
be
guy.
fine, bro. Y'all be fine.
Go get this guy.
No,
Can
but
you imagine if
no,
he came to Chicago, man? Oh man,
it
it'd
would
be
be, it would
lit.
be, it would be lit.
Oh man,
Jersey
what? I mean,
sales.
they get,
Veal would buy a jersey. Veal would get a McDavid jersey.
man, Chicago would be lit if he came, bro.
It
They
would.
were
I mean,
going,
listen,
they
he is
would for real.
like I said, he is a free agent next year, not this
Man,
year. Edmonton's trying to
boy.
re-sign him, but they're gonna probably have to be bankrupt or whatever. So, but
This
Smooth,
will
what are
this
you?
will
Yeah, go
count
on.
bigger than any NBA. This would be like, I mean, you gotta put in account MLB, NBA, all that. If he was to sign with Chicago, man, that'd be the biggest free agent sign they've had probably
It
in
would.
their major sports in a minute.
It would. And
You
listen,
know what I mean?
Chicago
Like
is
it would set the city on fire, bro.
and Chicago is a top NHL market. So most guys would want to go to Chicago if they're going to pick an American team. Besides LA, obviously.
I know you won't. I know Edmonton ain't gonna be that dumb.
I mean, they let Wayne
I
Gretzky
mean,
go,
I'm
so I
saying.
mean, we can't really they traded Wayne Gretzky, so you never know. I'm not saying that they will. I want Edmonton fans to like murder me, whatever. But I'm just saying, you guys did trade Wayne Gretzky for a bag of peanuts and nothing to LA,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
can't say that you're absolutely not doing that.
That's history.
That's history. So, Smooth, what say you? What are your thoughts on the Stanley Cup in terms of Florida? What are your thoughts?
No problem. They should have won at 5, really. But
I agree with that. I agree.
And they just, overwhelmed them. As I said before, Skinner was not good, right?
No.
So, as we said, no goalkeeping is really going to be important. Guy on the other side was lights out except for one game. And he showed you, right, that when you have all these pieces coming at you, right?
Yeah.
It's hard for you to maintain. The one guy had a hat trick, right? So he had 3 goals, right?
Yeah.
One guy, a guy that's not even one of their top players.
Yeah.
You let him have a hat trick against you, right? Yeah. In a deciding game. You had to pull your goalie like 2 or 3 times. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And they shut McDavid down.
They did.
Bullied them a little bit.
They did.
The guy kept trying to,
they played like
laughing at him.
Champions.
Like, yo, you can't bully us because we're winning. Like, how you gonna try to bully us as if you want to stop us from getting goals?
Mm-hmm. They played
that whole game plan was crazy. They
played exactly what they were, champs.
Florida could have won every game. They could have beat them in 4 because Edmonton never dictated their momentum. Never dictated the game at all.
No, I agree. I agree with you 1,000%. They played from behind the whole playoffs. Now, for Florida's sake, they have 7 players. They only have $19 million in cap space. They have 7 players that have to resign. So obviously, they're not going to return every player. But I still think go on.
It's worth it for them. But you know what's crazy is that even if they don't bring a lot of people back,
they're not
still
going
worth
to.
it.
But it's still worth it.
Because you won 2 titles though.
So it's worth it. You've been to 3 Stanley Cups. You've been to 3 straight Stanley Cups, and you won 2 of them. So it's worth it. So they're going to probably re-sign Sam Bennett, number 9. They're definitely re-signing him. But then Marchand's probably going to walk because he basically played so well that he basically priced himself out of Florida. So someone else is going to
years left though. He's kind of old, right?
He is old, but he's not going to. They're not. I don't think he's going to take a discount. I don't think. I mean, if he does, then great. But I'd be shocked.
They were saying that the camaraderie and the brotherhood they have, and that's what make it. That's what make it such a good situation. Just like when they won, they let everybody hold up the trophy who never had the trophy before. That's not something that normal teams do, right?
No, it's mainly just like the main guys. Yeah,
right.
Mainly the main
guys. They let all the guys that haven't had a championship host up the trophy, skate around the ring, get that enjoyment out of it, which teams don't do. And I think even though they have 19 million, they'll figure out a way to sign a lot of those guys.
They will. I agree. I mean, and listen, I think Florida has the blueprint now that you have to build depth. Like Edmonton is similar to Toronto, 2 lines. You have 2 good lines. That's it. The third and the fourth line are not good. And so with the Leafs now, Marner's gone. So he's going, he might go to Chicago, Vio. You might get our guy number 16 because he's not coming back to Toronto and you might have to pay him $14 million. But that's neither here nor there. You guys can get a good player.
What about this guy that's supposed to be so good for us, man?
He's good. He's a playmaker. He's going to make your job. He's going to make Connor Bedard. Listen, and in fairness, I'll be honest with you, it's probably not good for you to be good next year because the year after, the number 1 prospect in the world is going to be there. And
I don't care, man. I want to see Bedard do something. That's all I heard about him. This guy ain't doing shit.
Bedard is not. Bro. Bedard won Rookie of the Year, bro. What do you want? He has no one else. It's just
when was that? What year was that?
It was 2 years
Yo,
ago.
VO is a hard coach, man. You know
Man,
how it
2 years
is.
ago.
It
Man,
was 2
come
years
on,
ago.
bro.
It was 2 years ago. He won rookie of the year because
He
he's
ain't been in the playoff.
only been in the league 2 years.
Man, you spit, man. If you're rookie of
And
the
he
year,
won a
the next
rookie of the
step,
year, man. So he
the
did
next
good. I
step
mean,
is to take your
7-year slump,
team.
anything like that. Anything can happen,
If you
VO.
win rookie of the year, the next step is you should be able to take your team to the playoffs. Man.
Not with
Take
that
your team to the
roster, though.
playoffs.
Not with that
Easy in
roster.
hockey, VO.
Nah.
This ain't basketball or football, man.
Yeah,
It
with
ain't
that
gonna be
roster,
easy.
it's gonna take him a minute.
You
It's gonna
can't
take him a
drop
minute.
you drop Jaden Daniels on the Commanders and they make the playoffs.
That's
You
luck.
can't drop a player. You can't drop a player in the hockey team and they make the playoffs, man. It don't
Nah,
work
because
like
even with Connor McDavid, it took them like 3 years before they got to the playoffs.
that. And what did Connor
Man.
McDavid do in the finals?
You know what? I was watching the games. They were like Florida's defensive plan was basically like they had 3 guys blitzing his ass every time. They were not letting him shoot shit. So he had to pass it every time.
As you should.
Yeah, that's pretty much what they did. Because even the 1 goal on game 1 that they won in overtime, I saw it. Like Connor was going to the net. 3 guys came. Boom. They had eyes on his ass as soon as he had the puck, and he had to pass it off. And that was pretty much what it was the whole series. They were not letting. They were like, okay, Connor, you're not beating us. Everybody else.
Yeah.
I like that kid. I like that kid though, man.
Now Connor's nice. I just think
I like him.
Edmonton is similar. Like
He
they're
needs
gonna
to
have
be a
to
Blackhawk.
You got to build up a
Be a
team.
Blackhawk.
But
if he's a Blackhawk, it changes his life.
You want him as a Blackhawk? Is Vio putting it out there? Connor Bedard or no? Connor McDavid.
Man.
2 Connors.
Man.
Connor Bedard, Connor McDavid. That's marketing in itself.
Oh man, yeah.
The marketing's right there.
Blackhawk.
And if nothing else, he'll make Connor Bedard's job easier.
I mean, he has championship experience, even though he hasn't won there. He's been there.
He's been there twice. So he's been there.
He's won. He brings that too with him. You know what I'm saying?
He's won 3 MVPs, so he's not like a slouch.
Man. Hey, he takes pressure off the other Connor.
Yeah, 2 Connors. Hey, that's NHL. NHL got to market that, boy. That's all. Yeah. You're just gonna have to pay him price. You're gonna have to pay him a lot.
It sounds like a law firm.
It does sound like a Connor and Connor.
Yeah, the good Connor gonna like the other Connor better.
You know what? Connor in the NHL is like Jalen in the fucking NBA and NHL, man. Or in NBA, it's like that name is like common as hell. Like there's so many Connors in the NHL, it's ridiculous now. It's like 10 of them shits. It's facts. All right, so we'll switch topics. Let's see. We'll go to so the Shemar Stewart mess in Cincinnati. So let's talk about that shit. Oh, so Shemar Stewart, the defensive end from the Cincinnati Bengals, who we all criticized. We didn't criticize him. We criticized kind of the pick. We didn't really think it made sense. Well, it's gotten worse because he hasn't signed. And he actually left camp, I think, last week or the week before. So, Smooth. So I'll go to Smooth. I'll let Vio think about this one. So, Smooth, what is your take on the Shemar Stewart mess?
Well, man, listen. When you have bad ownership, you have bad ownership, right?
Yeah.
First off, they waited to sign Chase, right?
Yeah.
Which makes no sense. Now you pay top dollar.
Yeah.
Then you franchise tag T. Higgins not to only come back the next year and sign him.
Yeah.
What are you doing? And now your first round draft pick, when almost all first round draft picks are signed and then can't ready to go.
That part.
You having a dispute with a guy when the scales are already set for you? What is the dispute about?
So for context, it was language in the contract. They basically want to void his contract or all the guaranteed money if he does some shit off the field. That's what they want to do. So that's the reason why they're trying to be difficult.
Yeah.
But go on.
But as an organization, though, Cincinnati, you always do things wrong. So the best thing you did was sign Joe Burrow. If you'd have missed out on that, everything you did prior to that has been wrong. And you have a team that people don't even want to come to. Free agents don't say, hey, I want to go to Cincinnati. So it'd be in your best interest to take whatever language out of the contract that he don't want in the contract and make it happen. You already dealt with Chad Ochocinco and all these other guys that you had in your team. Did you have it in their contracts? So why are you trying to make a change now? You need this guy. Your defense was terrible. You already having issues with Hendrickson. You can't sign him. So now you draft a guy when you think you can help your defense. Your defense sucked last year. So you're going to try to have Joe Burrow, who's been fragile, to be in shootouts? That's not going to work. If he had to throw the ball 35, 40 times a game, he's going to get hit. And when he gets hit, he breaks. He's brittle. So what are you going to do, Cincinnati? I just don't get it, right? I don't understand.
Fair enough. Vio, what say you on the whole Shemar Stewart mess? I have my take, but I'll let you go after. I'll let you go. What is your thoughts?
I don't know, man, because I don't really know enough about that shit. I guess my whole thing is like, if they said like, are you like, don't get in trouble. That's what it says in the contract. Why is that a problem?
Well,
Don't
the
be
thing,
like,
I think his argument is that you didn't put it in for the first round pick the year before, the first round pick after. So why make an
Right.
exception for him when he doesn't? When he's
okay,
never had
well,
any, when he's
but
never
I
had
heard
any off the field issues.
but I heard that he does have issues.
He does.
That was part of the reason why he dropped. You know
No,
what I
he
mean? Like
dropped
he
because he
was
didn't
supposed to.
perform on the field. He was
Yeah,
not doing much on the
he didn't
field.
have a
That's
great.
why he didn't have a
His
great
last
year.
year wasn't that great.
Yeah, that was more
Well,
the
that's a red
rationale.
flag. That's a red flag.
It's
Hey,
also your
I feel like
team.
I
It's
feel like
also the
this.
team
Look,
you on,
look,
though.
look,
Yeah.
look though. Listen. The Cincinnati Bengals know something. You know what I'm saying? Like they're an NFL team. They can do research. They can get whatever information they want and from anywhere. You know what I'm saying? So for them to put that
So
in the contract, they obviously know something about this kid that they want to get their insurance on. You know what I mean? And they don't look too worried about it.
I mean, they need to be when their defense was one of the worst defenses in the league last year,
Yeah, the defense was one of the worst, but he
and that's a
he
defensive player that
he
can
did,
probably help you.
but that pick, like I don't know, I don't know. It wasn't a bad pick.
No, but also
Like,
they having issues with Hendrickson, who was their leading the sack
well, they
leader.
cheat. I
They
mean,
cheap
they
as
cheat.
shit. They're very
They
cheap.
cheat. But
Yeah,
but
so
but also like just don't get in trouble. Like, what's the deal? Why do you want it? Why is that important?
Because
Like,
again, you want to essentially what you're doing is you're going to avoid all of the. Again, you didn't. Why you? I think his argument is more why are you making the exception for me when you didn't do it for anybody else?
anybody else.
If they did, I think if they did it for their other picks, I don't think he would have
If
an
it was
argument.
standard, if it
If it was the
standard,
standard, then
arguable,
sure.
yeah.
But it's not the standard. So then why are you like all of a sudden doing that with him? If that's the case, I think that's more of the argument. I think that's kind of
yeah,
where is the disconnect. I understand your point, Vio, and to
yeah.
I'll play devil's advocate from Cincinnati's perspective. They're a private entity, so they could do their contracts however they see fit if that's the argument Cincinnati wants to make. But the problem is, to Smooth's point that I more agree on, your team was shit last year, and you don't have your best sacker anyway. So what are you going to do on the defensive line? Because Miles Murphy's done dick all. And you drafted another, like your defense was terrible. Your defensive line was trash. So what are you going to do? You don't have your main sack leader who had 17 and a half sacks.
I don't
The
think
past
he's the answer. He don't seem to be the answer.
Well, then to me, what would you draft? And even if the argument is, oh, well, he has off the field issues, then why the fuck would you draft him then if he had all these off the field issues? Draft somebody else. That doesn't. You could have drafted James Pierce who had off the field issues then, or somebody else if that was the argument. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why Cincinnati looks dumb and it doesn't make any sense.
Hey,
I mean,
but they're also cheap. To your point, Vio, they're also cheap. So there's that.
But
part
the simple
too.
fact that they ain't signed Chase when they knew who he was until the last moment.
Yeah,
kind of like Dallas did with CeeDee Lamb. And like, what are you doing? You knew who Chase was. You know Joe Burrow wants him. Why did you wait so long? And then why even franchise tag Higgins if you're gonna turn around and sign him a year later?
Yeah.
So you wasted money. When you franchise tag him, he got to pay to be in the top 10 salaries, right?
Yeah,
so you gave him all that money last year, then you pay him for a long-term deal next year. Joe Burrow had already told you he wanted both of those receivers.
He did.
And Joe Burrow is your franchise. You don't have Joe Burrow, you have nothing.
Yeah,
I ain't never seen a guy get sacked 10 times in a playoff game and still win. That usually don't happen.
Well, thank you for bringing that up because that was against my team. Jeffrey Simmons had his game of his life. Don't get me started on that.
What I'm saying is, man, you really don't never see that.
No, that doesn't happen. That's not a normal occurrence that happens.
The other way. But he actually won that game. So you know Joe Burrow is your franchise, and he told you 3 years ago, Chase is the man. And you saw Chase numbers, one of the best receivers in the league.
He is.
Why wait to sign him? Until everybody else get 21 million, 23 million. Now you got to pay him 27 or 28 million. Why? And you're a cheap organization. So a cheap organization should be thinking forward, not backwards.
Yeah. Because they only have apparently they only have 4 scouts, which is wild. 4 scouts for the whole team.
There you go. There you go.
Listen, they draft okay, but that's crazy work. Considering that some teams have 20, 30 scouts, all regional, all this stuff. Just 4. That's all they got. They're just mom and popping it, man. Mom and pop shop.
Being cheap don't bring you Super Bowls. That's all I'm saying.
Well, yeah, fair enough. So we'll switch gears. So Vio, you were right about one thing. So Aaron Rodgers to Pittsburgh is a done deal. It's official. He is a Pittsburgh Steeler. So I'll throw to you, seeing that you you kind of talked about this before. So what are your thoughts on the signing with him going to Pittsburgh, and what's your outlook for Pittsburgh ideally for the year?
It's like some GMs was like some NFL GMs was saying, man, like they got a Pittsburgh got a bargain, bro. I mean, you got a guy that you don't have to really pay that much to. Really. He's a quarterback. He's motivated, and Mike Tomlin is any different. He's a different type of coach. So for Aaron Rodgers wanting to come play with Mike Tomlin says something to me,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because like I don't see him telling Mike Tomlin, I want to do this offense, I want to do that. You know what I mean? I don't see that. Like
I agree
Aaron
with that.
Rodgers has done that his whole career. So the fact that he's willing to 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 want to take a back seat to that is encouraging. But it's a total upgrade than what they had over the last 3 years. I would say what
2-3
Pittsburgh had.
years.
Like they quarterback position has been like shit. They had Mason Rudolph, Kenny
Kenny
Pickett,
Pickett, yep.
all
Justin
them
Fields,
guys.
Russell Wilson.
Hey, Aaron Rodgers could the the Jets. I mean, to be fair to Aaron Rodgers, right? Like I like to be fair. He had some involvement, right? But the Jets have been they've been a plane wreck all their whole for a while.
They have been.
You know what I
Yes.
mean? Like the Jets and Steelers organizations are two different types of work, two different types of ways. You know what I mean? They're on two different types of levels. You know what I mean? So for me, for them to take a chance to want to bring Aaron Rodgers in, they know. You know what I mean? Like they rarely miss on free agent picks to Steelers. You know what
So
I mean?
is
They
it like
really
a
just
1
go
year? I
by
think
fit.
it's a 1 year
Yeah,
deal
it's
or
not
two.
long. No, it's like a 1 year deal, but um,
Buy low, sell. If he banks on it, then But we'll see.
I mean, it's a
Everyone,
low risk reward for
no
him
risk,
and
yeah.
Tomlin. You know what I
True.
mean? Because I mean, think about the NFC North. You got Lamar Jackson, he's great, but he still has questions.
In the playoffs, yeah.
You have Joe Burrow, who's hurt, injury prone. He's a great player, but he's injury prone. Line. You don't know who Cleveland's quarterback is.
I guess Shador.
Oh Lord. Anyways, you don't know who their quarterback is.
I'm guessing Shador. I don't know.
And you got Aaron Rodgers, the
As long as he
defense.
don't got to drive to the facility at 101 miles per hour and get pulled over. So
Oh,
Yeah.
never mind then. Well, then they'll flip a coin at the beginning of game one, of week one. They'll just flip a coin and then they'll start whoever.
And then you got Aaron Rodgers with Pittsburgh. So with
Okay.
with DK Metcalf, Pat Fryermuth, Caleb Johnson, you know what I mean? Like all the weapons. You know what I mean? That's a lot of weapons. You know what I mean? Like that's some good pieces to have on offense. Caleb Johnson from Iowa, man, could
He
be
was
rookie of
nice.
the year.
He was nice.
That dude is awesome.
He was nice.
He was the best running back in the draft, I think, by far. Like I think everybody likes Ashton Genty. I thought Ashton Genty was cold. I did, and I think the other guy from North Carolina, Hampton, was cold. But as a Big Ten guy, Michigan guy, I seen Caleb Johnson. Caleb Johnson is the truth.
He is nice. Now Caleb was nice. He is nice.
He's the truth. He might end up taking that starting job, I would say, mid-season, because he's the backup to Dylan Warren right now. You know, the other guy.
Oh, Warren, yeah, I think he could.
Yeah.
He could probably
But
beat
I
Warren.
see Caleb
Warren is
Johnson
a third
taking
down
that job.
back.
Warren, yeah, exactly. So I could see him. taking. To your point, View,
I see him taking that job.
I
Do
can
you
see
remember?
that.
Because Najee Harris, I think, went to what?
He went to the Chargers.
Los Angeles
Chargers.
Yeah, he went to the Chargers. Yeah.
Yeah, so I see Caleb Johnson taking that by week 6, week 5.
I
He'll be.
I think
Huh?
he started day one. I think he started day one.
Oh,
with that
Probably day one.
So-
He might start day one.
Coming from
so-
the coach that coached Atlanta that want to run the ball when he
Oh,
knew
Joe
he was
Smith.
on. He the offensive coordinator
Right.
over there, right?
So they're gonna
Offensive
run it.
Smith
Right.
wants to run the ball. So
Yeah.
the other guy can't run the ball through the tackles, too small.
Yeah, Caleb
He'll,
can.
he'll take that job. Day one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
So
nice.
what do you say, Smooth? What do you think of the Aaron Rodgers signing?
Well, it makes sense for Pittsburgh, but from a organization standpoint, you had to wait for this guy. I just don't like his character, right? You know, he does what he wants when he wants to do it. Everybody's wondering what you're going to do, whether you're going to retire. He's going on shows saying he might retire. Like, either you got both feet in or no feet in. And then when you look at his career the last couple of years, what has he done? Got hurt 1 year and didn't go make the playoffs. So you're getting a broken quarterback, right? with DK Metcalf, who didn't perform in Seattle, so now he gets a new contract in Pittsburgh. Is he going to perform? I don't know. I think really it really relies on that defense. That defense was subpar last year. So if they don't get a better defense, I don't think Aaron Rodgers is going to be a savior. They'll be in the same position that they always been in: 9-8, 10-7, make the playoffs, lose first round. I mean, in that conference, you gotta really show up within your division. Like Vio said, you got Lamar, who's a winner. You got Joe Burrow, who's a winner. They just don't have no defense. You got and Cleveland. Cleveland, you don't know what they're doing. They're just like Cincinnati. Don't know whether they're going right or left.
It's Ohio. It's an Ohio thing, clearly.
Right? Yeah, it's Ohio.
Yeah, they got 5 quarterbacks in their quarterback.
You don't know which way they're going.
Yeah.
I mean, for Tomlin, it gives him a relief because he had crazy quarterbacks, and Aaron Rodgers come out there and run the show. But I don't think the offensive line is the greatest, and he's been nicked up lately. So you get back there, you try to throw the ball 30 times, he'll get hit again. It might be broken again.
I bet you it's a breath of fresh air for Mike Tomlin though. Like when you got a quarterback like Mason Rudolph and Kenny Pickett, like that's a lot of coaching and pressure. Like when you gotta do like Aaron Rodgers that already know the game just as much as you do, you don't really have to do you make your job a lot easier. You know what I mean? Like
I agree.
When you trying to tell a motherfucker to do something, he already know what you're talking about. You know what I mean? Like and he can show, you know what I mean? Like that helps.
Yeah, I agree 100%. So it's gonna really rely on Caleb Johnson stepping into that role and running the ball. DK having a better season than he had with Seattle. Because
also Roman Wilson, the other receiver from Michigan, they got him there. So you're gonna have to do something too.
Because the guy in Seattle took the role, took over. And Smith and Jigna, whatever his name is, took over last year.
Yeah, he did.
So you get
okay, I would say this about him though, and this is the truth. He did good because he was the third receiver. We're gonna see how you do against number one corners. He didn't have number one. He didn't go against no number one corners last year. He went against all slot corners. This year,
I said it knows that.
This year, he's gonna get.
I'm not disagreeing with you, Rio. But what I'm saying is, I know DK Metcalf disappeared. That's all I know in Seattle. Disappeared.
I think he wanted to leave, man. Personally.
And let's see. I just want to see him do it. You know what I'm saying? You're elite specimen of a person and a player. You got a quarterback, one of the best quarterbacks you had. Let's see if you do it.
Yeah.
So that's a wait and see for me. And
I agree.
And Aaron Rodgers.
And they got Darius Slay on defense. I didn't know that.
Yeah. They got
Slay. Yeah.
Well, hey, I like him to pair with Joey Porter. Like that's not a bad quarterback. You can do worse.
Porter got to stop holding and grabbing.
Yeah, Porter.
Hopefully he can do it this year.
But he always nice against the Ravens. But against the Ravens, though, he shows out all the time. Man.
You just gotta do that against everybody else.
against the Ravens, guaranteed you're gonna act a fool.
One more thing. Jair signed with the Ravens for 1 year, $6 million.
Jair Alexander,
Jair Alexander.
Yep.
So he signed with them, and he said other people gave him more money, but he signed with him because him and Lamar Jackson was on the same team
in Louisville. Yeah.
No, I mean, listen. The only thing about Jair Alexander, he just gotta stay healthy.
That part, because he's been hurt a lot recently. So
he played 14 games in 2 years.
It's not good. Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, Aaron Rodgers. I mean, we'll see what it is. I think to Smooth's point, I'm kind of worried. Like the defense, like the steel curtain defense, I don't really see that. Like hopefully, like with Slay being there. I mean, I think TJ Watt's not in camp. I think he's contract dispute again, so I'm sure they're going to get that deal done. I'm not really worried about Pittsburgh. They usually will sign their guys. But I'm just like, defensively, what are they going to be too, right? Because I don't think defensively they've been as good as that we're used to them being. But yeah, I think Caleb Johnson's going to be a good fit. Aaron Rodgers, I think we'll see what he's able to do there. Because again, we need to see it, right? And DK, I think it proved it. So it's going to either be they're going to come in motivated and they're going to show out, both of them, DK and Aaron Rodgers, or they're both just going to be like, whatever, and they're going to be a mad team and they're going to probably be 9-8, 10-7. Who's point and get bounced in the first round? There's really no middle ground with them, I don't think, and that's kind of. No, but I also want to see the defense play better because the defense to me hasn't been as good as it's been in the past, and that's what I need to see a bit more of an improvement of.
They play good against what it counts. When they play the Ravens, they play good though.
But they've lost to the Ravens though, man. When was the last time they beat the Ravens?
What is it? They used what they played. They lost them in the playoffs, but they usually split.
Did they split?
They beat them last year too, right?
Oh, they split? Okay, I don't remember if they split last year or not. They might have. You're right. You're right. I don't remember if they beat Pittsburgh.
I don't remember. I can't remember where
they might have. I think they might. I think they probably beat them when they. I think when the Ravens came to Pittsburgh, they probably. I think Pittsburgh would beat them then probably. So.
I want to say I'm not too sure, but anyways, when those two teams, you just throw the records out the window.
Yeah, they know each other too well, so you're not gonna.
Harbaugh and Tomlin know each other, so that's what makes those games.
Yeah, there's no surprising with those two. It's just a matter of the players just playing within whatever scheme or system.
Neither team is ever going to have an advantage over the other ones because the coaches are the same.
Yeah, it's just when Pittsburgh plays everybody else, just got to play that way against the way they play against the Ravens. If they can play that way against everybody else,
right?
They win like 14 games a year probably because they play really good against the
Ravens. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to take Pittsburgh seriously. I don't think he took.
I hope so.
The Jets. I don't think he took the Jets seriously. Honestly.
No, I don't either.
I mean, clearly, because I mean, let's be honest. You had the Buffalo Bills in that division. You're not beating the Buffalo Bills.
No,
he do that. You know what I mean? Like as much as the Jets improved and as much optimism as they had, we all knew they were not going to beat no damn Buffalo Bills.
Well, they were expected to go to the Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers. That was the expectation for some weird reason, which I don't know where that came from. I mean, it was you were getting 2019 Aaron Rodgers, then maybe, but you were getting a little bit older Aaron Rodgers.
Who in the hell was saying that?
So
pundits. You're going.
The Ravens beat Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh beat the Ravens in Baltimore.
Oh, okay. So it split. They did split. It was just opposite.
Okay. Yeah, so you when those two play, you throw the records out. They both.
Yeah, it's a rivalry, man.
It's a rivalry. Yeah, for sure. I don't disagree with that.
So and think about it. As much as they hung in there with them, right? And think about Pittsburgh had no quarterback. You know what I'm saying?
Russell Wilson.
They didn't have one.
So, I mean, I guess if you don't count Russell Wilson as a quarterback, then I guess they didn't have.
Nah. Russell Wilson played about as good. He played about as good as he could.
And I think that's the thing too with Pittsburgh. Like I think the roster's okay. I don't think it's like earth shattering. You know what I'm saying? I think it's good to maybe get to the playoffs.
And Russell Wilson played good when he had DK Metcalf, by the way.
Yeah.
Back in the day, yeah. He did.
Yeah, he didn't have Russell Metcalf. He had George Pickens.
Yeah, George Pickens crazy ass instead. But
a nutcase.
Yeah. Nutcase too. Yeah. So hey. Well, at least they got rid of George Pickens because you couldn't have two nutcases.
I can't take nothing away. I can't take actually that adds to Aaron Rodgers argument. You know what I mean? Because he gets DK this time and not George Pickens.
True. So we'll see how that goes. We'll definitely see how that goes. All right, so we're gonna switch. We'll pivot a little bit to baseball and talk about a little bit. I think right now the best rivalry in baseball is the Padres and Dodgers, besides obviously the Yankees Red Sox. Just right now in terms of the way they played the past like 7 games. We'll talk about we should talk about Shohei pitching this week. He did not pitch well, so I'm gonna pose the question to y'all because he pitched like I think it only lasted the first inning. And they took his ass out because he threw 28 pitches and his velocity was there, but his location was not. He was spraying the ball everywhere. And that's the first time I ever saw Shohei mad. I've never seen Shohei. And Shohei got hit by a pitch intentionally, and he wasn't even upset about that. But when he was missing balls and strikes and shit, he looked like he was ready to throw the ball at the fucking ump. That's how pissed off he looked. So I watched the thing with Barry Bonds, actually, where he talked about the fact that he thinks that Shohei should come out the bullpen and be a bullpen pitcher rather than a starter because he's supposed to be the starter. That's what they're paying him to be. So I'll throw it to you, Smooth. You're you have the luxury of being the manager of the Dodgers. Are you going to have Shohei be your pitcher, given the fact that you have a lot of injuries, or are you going to let him be a bullpen arm? Because right now he's just not. I don't know if his confidence is there. What do you say? What do you think?
Well, I mean, he's putting so much energy into offense, right?
Yes.
So pitching is second, is in the back, right?
It should be.
So
it should be.
If that's the case, and he's such a big portion of your offense, right?
Mm.
Sets the table and gets the hits and cuts hits. Bring him out the bullpen, less pressure. Because a starting pitcher is expected to go at least 6 innings, right?
At least.
In most cases.
Yep.
He went out there and only went 1 inning and threw 28 pitches, had terrible control. He can warm up you can roll him back into a starting pitcher later.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, you're in a championship push. And you need offense, and you have pitchers that you paid a lot of money to. They got to step up and perform.
But a lot of those guys are injured right now. So that's kind of the other reason.
But that's fine, but you can't force him into that situation.
What do you mean fucking? Go Go on.
Why you
I'm a
laughing?
Yankees fan. They
Vio
beat
said,
us, man.
Vio said, fuck Shohei.
They beat us in this World Series last year. I ain't forgetting. Fuck them.
He did what? He did what? He did
They
what?
beat us in the world. They beat us in the World Series last year.
You can't take a personal shots though, yo. It is what it
I
is,
do,
right?
man. Yeah, when you beat my team, that's personal.
It is what it is, man. My team's lose, man. I don't take no personal shots. It is what it is. But
Although your
for
Reds are
sure,
playing good right now. Your Reds are playing good. I'm just saying.
they are. They are. I've been watching them. Yeah, they are playing good.
They're
But you
playing
know,
good.
I ain't gonna
they're
lie though,
not
man.
gonna.
I am
They're not
pulling for the
gonna.
Cubs though. Cubs
They're
going
not
hard.
gonna.
Cubs going
They're
hard
not
too.
gonna. But they're not gonna win anything though. See, I'm realistic. I'm not gonna get mad like you, Mike, because my team
Oh,
may win. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna do
Listen,
that, man. It
I'm
is what it
I'm
is.
a passionate fan who supports my team through thick
Yeah.
and thin and wants my team to do great things. That's how
You
I.
see, I'm an educated fan. Right?
That's where me and you differ,
Yeah.
Smooth.
I'm an educated fan, so
I
I
know,
take it
no,
for
no
what it
doubt,
is.
no doubt. So
So
you would have him. So you'd have Shohei come out the bullpen.
Yeah,
In other words,
absolutely,
Your
absolutely.
bullpen.
Because he right now um, he's so offensively needed on your team. You gotta take that load off his shoulders with him pitching.
I mean, he has 22 home runs right now. He's probably
That's
going to
what
win
I'm saying.
and he's probably going to win the MVP again this year because I don't know who.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
This guy's a unicorn. Let him be offensive right now and just bring out the bullpen.
So
I'm
Vio,
like,
I know
Smooth,
that they're still
Smooth, if you
salty.
pitch
So would you?
one inning, if you can only pitch one inning, I'm like, Smooth, you're not starting.
I agree. His ERA is 9 right now.
You're not starting.
His ERA is 9,
And that's okay for him. That's okay.
but
It's
yeah,
okay.
no, I agree. I think because the thing is, you're paying him like starting pitcher money as well as starting like
Hey,
elite
you're
hitter
bad.
money.
Hey, you're bad.
But
You're bad. You're bad.
But no, you're not mad because he's bringing so many fans.
yeah,
And they're paying so much money. They paying all those jerseys, and you get
Yeah.
the revenue from him being there.
and
Yeah, for sure.
and Japan,
Yeah,
So you're
and he's like
you're not losing at all.
Right.
You're not
and
losing
he's
at
like
all.
the king of
Right.
Japan, so he's
Right.
probably everybody
So
in
yeah, all
Japan
these
watches
matches
him
They
play.
don't need to be complaining. They can shut the fuck up.
Yeah, it's just I agree. I think with Shohei watching him pitch, like his velocity's there. I think he would be, to your point, I think he'd be a much better bullpen arm because I think the velocity you can get him like one inning if he just needs, you need to get, quick out. I think he could do that. I think having him, to your point, as a starter is a lot because you're asking him to have that same velocity, all that shit. And plus he hit in the game too. He was also pitching and hitting.
And he wants to hit. He wants to hit. He likes to hit.
And he's too stubborn. You're not going to tell him not to hit.
Right.
He's painfully stubborn when it comes to that too. So I would probably sit him down and say, listen, Shohei, love you. But I think right now, let's have you come out the bullpen, see how you do there. If, let's say, he's so elite and he's got his command and you feel like you maybe can start him, maybe. But to your point, they got so many pitchers that they're fine. Actually, they were talking about trading for the Pittsburgh starting pitchers, Paul Skeens, the rookie. They were saying that he should go to the Dodgers.
Dude, you already have a ring. I'll be like, you already have a ring.
You have
Man.
elite
Shut up.
talent, man.
You already got a ring, man. Just shut up.
But here's the thing, because the reason why they were saying it is that the Dodgers have like the 4th best farm system. Most of those farm guys are not going to play because, to your point, they got elite talent. So those guys are just going to be staying in the farm system forever. So go trade them to Pittsburgh, get your farm system, go get Paul Skeens, and then go run it back. Basically, that's what they were saying. But I don't think the Dodgers will do that. I mean, if Pittsburgh does that, Pittsburgh's out of their fucking mind. But this is surprise.
Give it to the Yankees, baby.
You want to talk about your Yankees, Vio? Because right now the Jays are kind of slowly creeping up, as are the Rays in the division. So what is going on with your Yankees?
We do this every June. Do you notice that?
So this is a June thing with y'all?
We do this every June. We slow down. We slow down in June. We have the lead. We're on top of the division. Kind of slow down, during All-Star break a little
y'all
bit.
17 games over 500, man. So y'all can't
that's
slow
what I'm
down.
saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, we cool. We'll be back in the playoffs. We're gonna win the division. It is what it is. We're gonna get our ring.
True. Oh well, I don't know. Well, listen, there's a lot of teams coming.
I don't know about that ring, Vio.
Hey man. I love Cody Bellinger, man. But
I would still take Detroit right now if I had to pick a team coming out the AL.
Hey. And then my favorite player, man.
Who's your favorite player?
Carlo.
He's back. John Carlos back. So he was all right. He was all right.
Detroit's good, man, but if they play us, man, we're gonna beat them.
They
got that pitching though, man, and they got enough offense. Just saying.
So a team that comes around every other year is the Giants, right?
The Giants, hey, I like what the Giants did.
Giants are nice too. Giants are nice.
I like
Always, but it's like every other year. You won't even know
they
they're
are
there.
Devers too.
They just got Devers. Loved it. I mean,
you don't even know they're there, and unless you know they're the.
And listen,
they
they're
end up winning the World Series.
They're a game back. They're only a game back of the Dodgers for context. They're only a game back.
You go back and you be like, well, I wonder who won the World Series. Giants. Giants.
But you know what the weird thing with the Giants is too, though? They say is that the Giants can't get free agents to go to San Francisco, which I think is kind of weird. I was kind of surprised when I heard that. That's why they made the trade. One of the reasons why they got Devers, because
you know why? Because they don't pay that state tax, dog. That shit expensive.
Yeah, it's expensive, man. But they go to LA.
They go to LA. That's what I'm saying. Like they go to LA. They go to San Diego.
Yeah, but they don't make the LA. LA got the bigger contract. San Francisco ain't gonna pay like that.
Nah, it's just like like San Francisco is an acquired taste that you want to go there. Really,
I agree with that.
I've been to the Bay Area plenty of times, dog. It's cold blooded. It's just it's Northern and Southern California is two different types of worlds, bro.
I see it.
It is.
I lived in both.
Like LA is popping. LA is popping. You're gonna get endorsements and all that. San Francisco, you don't really hear about a whole bunch of endorsements.
People more like in NorCal, people more reserved. So SoCal, people more bubbly. They're more alive. They're more active. You know what I mean? Because I stayed in San Diego. You know what I'm saying?
San Diego, chill. I like San Diego.
I stayed in the Bay Area too. You know what I'm saying? So I stayed in both.
San Diego's is real laid back and chill.
Well, I'll say this: I do like the Giants move. I like them getting Devers a lot. Actually, I think that was a really good, crafty move.
Too.
They didn't give up.
We both like it. We both should like it.
Yeah, we do. I absolutely love it. Hey, Boston, you want to give up your best hitter? Go ahead.
We both love it. We love it.
So VO, the schedule has came out. Let's pick a game and come out to the Bay Area. Let me know.
Huh?
I said the schedule has came out already, right?
Pick a game. NFL?
Yes, pick a game, and I'm
gonna tell y'all which one I'm gonna be at. I'm telling y'all right now. Right.
Okay.
Just let me know. Because it's my birthday week, so I'm gonna definitely be there.
That's December.
December 28th, we playing the Bears. Sunday night football. I'm gonna be at that one. I'm gonna be at that one.
Bet.
I already got my shit lined up. Already got it. So if y'all gonna meet me at one, that it is the one.
We'll try to. Yeah, hey, we'll try to do the podcast.
My birthday is the 29th. Yeah. My birthday is the 29th, that Monday.
All right.
Okay. You know what I'm saying? So yes. So that's I'm letting y'all know right now. That's what I'm gonna be. Matter of fact, I'm going to that one, and I'm gonna try to hook up with H-Town for when we go there on the 26th of October. We play the Texans.
Shit. Oh, okay.
12 o'clock. It's a 12 o'clock game. Noon.
Nice game. Okay.
And what day is that?
The 26th of October.
Okay.
Nice. Okay.
I'm gonna be at that one too, man.
So Vio's avid.
That's gonna be a good game, man.
That would be a good game. Niners and Texans.
It's gonna be on Fox too. It's gonna be on Fox.
I'll be in Dallas for the Philly Dallas game. I go there every year though, so I'll be there.
Okay.
Sure.
I want to go to that one too.
That would be a good game to go to. I think that'd be a lit game to go to for sure. For sure.
I'm gonna be at that Bears.
That's in October as well. I think that's October the 12th.
All right, so we'll wrap up with this last topic that me and Vio talked about earlier today, but it's outside of sports, so it's not a sports topic. We're gonna, with the summer hitting up and the NBA Finals ending and only just baseball.
It's gonna be a short discussion.
We'll be a short discussion. We'll try to keep these pop culture discussions very.
I ain't even give this guy a time of day.
So for context, so the rapper Jim Jones was been in the news recently when he decided to say that he was more influential than Nas or better than Nas. I just want clarity on what he said.
I don't know.
Okay, so something to that
Chinese
effect.
To me. It's not like Chinese.
Really. So I'll go to Vio first because Vio A is an avid Nas fan, and number two, he really messaged and it's Smooth as well. And all of us are Nas fans. We all love Nas. Yeah. So, but I'll throw it to Vio first because Vio messaged me about this because he's like,
I ain't gonna take long.
Vio, the floor is yours. Go on. Go and say what you gotta say, bro.
Look, man. Stay off the drugs, man. Just stay off the drugs, man. Remember that Michael Jordan commercial? Stop it.
Stay off the weed, like Smith. Stay off the weed.
Just stop it, man. Look. If you want attention, just say you want attention. Okay? Ain't nobody on this planet, but maybe your mama believe you better than Nas, bro.
Nobody. Maybe his homies might think that.
Did you hear what Shannon Sharp said? What Shannon Sharp told him?
I saw Shannon Sharp's face. I saw Shannon Sharp.
He told him even the Dipsetter say you ain't better than you. said nobody from the Dipset even say you better than Nas. You
Which
know
is
what I'm saying?
not wrong.
Like stop
I
it.
mean,
Like stop it, bro.
lyrically, it's no comparison, right?
Not even
Damn,
close.
look, song wise, like your freaking song was
Song-wise,
balling.
Yeah.
If we're gonna, I think Vio, you shared a thing on Instagram that I saw. And actually, I saw that same post too, where they had a comparison of their careers. It's like apples and carrots. They're not comparing the same
Man,
thing.
all I gotta do is put out Illmatic, and that'll wipe out his whole career. Illmatic will
Correct.
wipe out his whole career.
Correct.
Just Illmatic. That's it. I don't even need
Illmatic.
another one. I don't even need to go any.
I mean,
I
you
don't
could
need-
do it. You could do It Was Written and do the same. Like I like Jim Jones,
Yeah.
but Jim Jones is not better than Nas. We're not.
Yeah, one song, balling.
Illmatic.
That's it.
Illmatic. It was written.
It was
It's
written.
just a rap.
Stillmatic.
My mom is
Stillmatic.
My mom is
Right.
80. My mom is 87 years old, and she knows who Nas is. That should tell you something.
Yeah, I mean, Jim
The
Jones.
joint when he rapped backwards, when he went backwards,
Yeah,
when he
rewind.
rapped it backwards. I mean, Jim Jones, you couldn't do that even if the lyrics was in front of you, you couldn't rap it backwards. So stop.
Right,
Stop.
right.
Ugh.
You know what I mean? Like, dude, like, stop it, dude.
I admire the confidence that Jim Jones has. If I'm gonna, but he's not better than Nas. I don't think anybody, unless you don't like Nas, that's the only person that will say that Jim Jones is better. I don't think anybody who listens to music
People
and
don't
knows
even
them
think
enough.
Jay-Z better than Nas.
That part. So we're
So,
not,
and I know, and ain't nobody gonna say you better than Jay-Z.
unless they really don't like Jay-Z.
You know what I mean? Like, like if you ask most people, do you think Jim Jones is better than Jay-Z? They'll probably look at you like you lost, like you retarded.
You're not.
They
You're
might
not
walk
wrong.
away. They might walk away.
They'll walk away
They
from
might
you.
not
They
even
probably won't
answer.
even
They might not even
Yeah.
answer.
No,
Like stop it, dog. Stop.
like
it.
listen, I don't
Nigga, you're
mind
not
this.
even better than Cameron.
I'll agree
You're
with
not even
that.
better than Cameron, dog.
I'll agree with
You're
that.
not even better than Jules. You're not
Like,
even
and I'll say this:
Damn.
in fairness to
How the hell
Jim
you gonna be
Jones,
better than Nas?
I started liking Jim Jones lyrically like maybe 5 years ago. Prior to that, he was ass. I just will say that.
He's not even better than Cameron, dog. Cameron is way better. Way
Yes.
better.
Joel Santana is way better than Jim Jones.
Joel Santana is way better. And I'm not even a Joel Santana fan.
I
I'm not
mean,
even a Cameron fan. But
Dipset.
Cameron-
I grew up on Dipset, so I love Dipset. But I mean, I could list like 5 other Dipset rappers. That
I
are
know
better than Jim
Cameron.
Jones.
I'm not even a Dipset, but I know Cameron can rap. And
Yeah,
I know
he can.
I know he's way better than Jim Jones.
Yes,
Like way better.
yes. I like I said, I like Jim Jones, but Jim Jones.
This
is
is
not
guy. He
better.
just wanted to get the world talking about him, man.
I
all
think
this
that's
is.
more what. Listen, attention
all
is
this is.
attention is a drug, my friend. It is a
That's all
drug.
this is, man. You know what? Nas, he gonna do what I say anyway, right? Only because I know Nas. Nas ain't gonna even respond to this shit. He not.
Yeah.
I don't think. I mean, Jim Jones is this Nas in the past, and I don't think Nas has responded. So I don't think Nas cares.
Look, if I was Nas, I'd be like, the only way I respond back to this nigga unless I make me some money. If I ain't
Which
making no
he's
money
not-
off of this,
which he's probably not.
You're wasting my time.
Didn't everybody hit Ether? So if you heard that, you don't want to bother this man, right? Did they not hear that?
I think he probably forgot about Ether.
I mean, how can you though?
Some people listen. Some people have revisions, like have a very
Because
bad memory.
when Jay-Z said back, I'm like, huh?
No.
Yeah.
It
No,
just,
I-
it didn't stop. It just
Like I
stopped,
said.
right?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, he did. No, I listen. Jim Jones. I don't mind Jim Jones, but he's not better than us. Like we're not gonna have this debate or conversation. I don't know what.
Yeah.
To your point, Vo, I think a lot of it was probably just him dissing because he wanted probably some attention. Because hey, he got it.
'Cause, I mean, he got everybody talking about him now. He's back.
So that was.
Like,
I think that might have
he's
been the
trending.
reason.
He's
Because
trending.
even still, what was the reasoning behind you even bringing Nas's name up? Nas has been.
You
in
know
the news.
damn well in your own rabbit ass mind, you are not better than no Nas. Come on, bro.
Yeah,
That's like me going out there saying, you know what, I'm better than LeBron James. He'd be like, nigga, hold on, man. You hurt your head. Go sit down.
or saying that I'm better than Shohei Ohtani. It's like, no, you're not. You came to hit a baseball, Michael. Sit
You
down.
know what I mean? You, dude, like.
Listen,
No.
I can appreciate. Hey, I feel comfortable or confident in my raps, but you're not. I mean, he's not better than Pusha T. If we're gonna be honest, like Pusha T's better than Jim Jones.
Jim Jones is trash. If you really want to be honest, he's not good.
I don't mind some of Jim
What do we
Jones'
talk
stuff.
about? What do we talk about? He don't talk about nothing.
Talks about how nice he is on the
Did
run.
you see him in verses where Jadakiss just destroyed
Yeah, it
him?
was
He
bad.
destroyed him?
It was awful. It was awful.
Yeah,
He got
yeah,
ass-
he was better than
like-
Jadakiss.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's
I
not
know.
even better than Jadakiss, dog.
He's not better than anyone in Sheik is
better.
Sheik is better than Jim Jones.
Yeah,
what are we talking about?
Yeah, we know. Listen, I think, and I think he said something to Styles about him being up at Styles' level, and Styles P was like, "No, he's not." So I think Jim has just been doing this shit to hope that something gets traction, and Nas got traction because he said, I think he said this a month ago, and Styles went on the radio like, "We're not even."
This nigga talk about I didn't done more for the culture, nigga. What movie have you been in that everybody knows?
Has he been in a movie?
Jim Jones. What movie?
Yeah, I'm asking Jim Jones. I don't know if Jim Jones has been in a movie.
I don't know.
He hasn't. I can name one that Nas been in, Belly.
Belly, yeah. I mean, here's the thing.
And the whole culture knows Belly.
I'll say this about Jim Jones. The only thing that Jim Jones, the name is known for, unfortunately, is history in my country, Guyana, where the Jim Jones, the preacher, went there and poisoned all those damn people there. That's the Jim. His name was Jim Jones.
We don't know about that in the hood. We don't know none of that.
Well, in the hood you don't, but everywhere else knows it. I know it. I'm from Guyana, so they had a fucking.
Oh man, I've lost on that one, but I get you.
Yeah, no, I'm saying for me, like that's the only.
So you from Guyana, man?
My family's from Guyana. Yeah, they're from Guyana. So they had a Jonestown named after Jim Jones, the fucking crazy preacher. That's what Jim Jones named himself after. So I mean,
I guess so, nigga. But anyway, ain't no way he better for the culture because, like I said, I can't name no movie that everybody know you've been in.
Yeah, I think if his argument
that's part of the culture too. Not only is Nas the greatest MC and made hit songs, right?
I agree with that.
And all time hip hop classic, right? This nigga been in a movie, all time classic movie.
So I'll say this. I'll play not even like devil's advocate. I'll say this. If Jim Jones's argument is, like culture was like, okay, I was a part of the group Dipset and we were part, sure, but you were part of a collective. You weren't the main guy. If that's the argument you want to throw out there and say that you were part of the culture, but you weren't Nas, to your point, Nas was the main guy. He was the linchpin. He was in the forefront. He didn't have a crew with him. Jim Jones, you had a crew. If Cameron doesn't put you on, you're not on.
If you want to talk about culture, didn't Nas get like a doctorate degree before going to school?
He did.
Right.
So if you do that, you're a scholar, number one, and you also for the culture showing that education is important. You can do this even as a rapper. Yeah. And also give them
made a record. This nigga made a record with one of the Marleys, nigga. You never made a record with nobody. Like, man, like what are we talking about, man? Like what
with Lauryn Hill as well. You know what I'm saying?
Lauryn Hill? Yeah. No, I listen. I think we are all in agreement that Jim Jones is out.
Nigga got his album played by the U.S. Symphony or whatever it is.
Yeah, I was actually gonna bring that up. He did a whole concert with the U.S. Symphony.
Man, stop.
I mean, they can't do ball and they can't say ball. We fly high with the U.S. Symphony. I don't think that would go over well.
Stop it.
No, not right.
It wouldn't work. It wouldn't work. We all listen. I think we're all in agreement that Jim Jones is out of his damn mind, and no one.
Nas, if you can hear me, don't respond, please. I know you're not anyway. I don't
think he's going to either.
Please don't respond to this.
Jim Jones, I think clearly needed the attention because again, he went after Styles P a month and a half ago. So I think he was just trying to see what was sticking or what would stick, and this stuck, unfortunately.
Were you ever Pusha T said about Travis Scott though?
I did see that.
Man,
I know.
That's fighting words right there.
Well, we'll see if Travis Scott actually says anything or just, whatever. We'll see.
Man, we already learned from the Kendrick and Drake situation, right? All these examples I'm putting in front of you, why even start something with somebody that you can't compete with? Why?
Because I think maybe these guys think that they're better than what they think they are. They probably have someone battery in their back saying, yo, man, that dude ain't nothing, man. You can out-rap him if you try. If you're good enough, you can out-rap.
But in both situations, though, Mike, with the Ether situation, right. Jay-Z went and sat down for a little while.
Yeah.
Kendrick came out. You ain't really heard Drake say nothing for a long time, right?
So he's put out music, but not about Drake, not about Kendrick. No,
of course. Why would he though? He don't want that.
No one's. Come on now, we all know this.
I'm talking this shit.
Yeah, he did. He put out some album on Valentine's Day, Drake. So I mean,
remember I said that, Mike. Remember I said if Drake want to get back, just make some dance jams.
Yeah, I agree with that. He's fine. Drake is fine.
Don't make no hardcore. Don't make no hardcore rap. Just make
songs. Just make songs.
We all can party to or something like that.
Right. Make songs for the inner.
Yeah, correct.
Make songs for the suburban kids and like the rich people, and make the songs that people dance to.
You don't want Kendrick calling you a child molester and all that other stuff. You don't want that bad press out there, man.
I agree. I don't listen. Hey,
So go ahead and make your
like
peace
the
songs
Nokia
and your
jam.
party songs and make all.
I mean, Kendrick was here. Actually, Kendrick was in Toronto like last week, and he sold out both days. So I mean, it was just for context, he was here, and I couldn't even get a ticket. I wanted to, but I couldn't even get one.
Like the Nokia song. That's perfect. You know what I mean? Like that was perfect for him. That was jamming.
Absolutely.
And people playing it. People liked it. It ain't like nobody. It ain't nobody. I didn't hear nobody saying, "Oh, that's trash." Some people liked it. So keep doing that. That's what he need to keep
That's all you
doing.
gotta do. I agree.
Like I always say, stay in your lane. When you try to go outside, just make these things happen.
I agree.
They tried to talk about Lil Wayne finally took the #1 spot from Kendrick. I'm like, damn, didn't that album come out last year though?
Lil Wayne. I mean, everyone's been diarrhea dumping on Lil Wayne's album. Everyone said that album sucked.
That album been #1 since last year.
That part.
Correct.
They act like
and I mean, Lil Wayne's album was gonna sell anyway. People don't like it though. Everyone said the album is trash. So I mean, whatever.
Man, you know what? Ironically, I have not even heard one song.
Neither have I. I think I heard a bit of one song, and it sounds like he's stuck in 2013, basically, Lil Wayne. So I mean, there you go.
I don't know. You know what, man? I can't even tell you no artist who I'm looking forward to hearing nothing from. To be honest with you, because
neither do I.
I just been listening to old shit.
Saying pop. I mean, right now, like entertainment wise,
old music was better, man. Old music was better. Now you don't even know what
I've been listening to that old dirty bastard, man. Y'all remember?
I'm listening to Smith and Wesson right now.
36 Chambers, the return.
Yeah, old dirty bastard.
Yeah,
man, that motherfucker's hard, dog. I'm listening to that shit.
I'm listening to Smith and Wesson right now. Old Smith and Wesson songs right now.
I was just listening to Mobb Deep album, right?
The
infamous. So that was hot, fire, man. So we get these old albums, man. Because this new stuff I can't get with.
Neither can I. Yeah, then listen, everything new right now is struggling. Movies are struggling, video games are struggling, everything. It's a struggle state.
Yeah, that Brook Blood Zoo. Yeah.
Man, that shit was hard, dog. That shit was too hard.
Yeah, movies are trash, man.
Movies are trash. Video games.
I'm gonna tell y'all something funny real quick.
Yeah.
I was at my mom's for Father's Day, right? For my stepdad and shit, right? And they were watching the BET Awards.
Yeah.
Right. And Playboy Cardi got up there. And my mom was like, "What the hell is that?"
Yeah, I don't know who Playboy. I just heard the name. I've never heard a song of Playboy Cardi.
Like, what is he saying? I'm like, Mom, I have no idea.
I just don't understand it. I don't understand it. I don't understand this new music, man. I don't get it.
I'm like, who is that? I'm like, what is? I'm like, does anybody understand what this nigga's saying?
That's what.
I couldn't even tell you who he is, bro. I don't even know any of his songs. I couldn't name one song of Playboy Cardi's.
That's why I mentioned before. They had a meaning. You heard exactly what they were saying, and it meant something. These
now it's just
mumbling, making rhymes like the ambulance and jambalance. Like, what are you talking about? The ambulance with the jambalance. Like, what?
You be screaming and shit, yelling, and jumping around and shit. Like, nigga, what are we doing, man?
Yeah, it's bad right now. It's a little bit rough for entertainment right now. It sucks.
My right foot is my best foot. You know, what are they talking about, man? My right foot is my best foot. This stuff is ridiculous, man.
Yeah, it's terrible. I don't disagree.
They don't even take time to write nothing down or to really think things out. They just go in the studio, put the head.
That's what it is. Listen, nowadays it's all about just getting people's ear, bro. They don't even care if the song makes sense or it's like a lot of these artists know that they're trash. Like I was listening to one SoundCloud rapper, he said his music's trash. I'm like, then why are you putting out music that you know is trash? That doesn't even make sense. You don't even care about your product, which is just weird to me. But that's just a lot of how these people are. They're just trying to put out it, like just get attention, get clicks. I just want to put it out and see what sticks. They don't care if it's good.
Man, we're gonna get bashed by the young generation.
That's fine. Out. The young generation probably won't watch this one. They'll probably go, you old heads just hate. Y'all just hate. Y'all don't get it. You're right. We don't get it. We have no idea because y'all make no sense.
Nobody gonna be singing Playboy Cardi 20 years from now, 30 years from now. Ain't nobody gonna be singing.
Yo, I don't know. I just heard of Playboy Cardi last year and I still don't know any of it.
I've never heard of Playboy Cardi. I don't know who that is.
Because of I know our era always be cold because look at the Super Bowl a couple years ago when we did the halftime show.
That part.
That was the best halftime show ever, and that was our era.
That was our era. Yeah. Everything. Listen.
Dr. Dre, Snoop, all that shit. That was our era.
Everything old right now, everyone's like clamoring for now. Everything. Because right now, everything is just
Tupac, EPMD, Eric Sermon, all that shit, Redman.
Yeah, beautiful.
Nas, Mobb Deep, Outkast, Goody,
man,
Ghetto Boys, Scarface.
Yep.
all that shit.
Biggie
man.
Smalls.
Biggie Smalls.
Listen, everything in the
Listen,
90s,
weapons,
early
weapons.
2000s was great.
Yeah.
Everything.
Man.
From the food.
UGK.
Eric B. Rakim. You know what I'm
Eric B.
saying?
Rakim.
Yeah, Eric B. A-Ball, MJG, UGK.
Outkast.
All that shit.
The
Outkast.
Roots. The Roots.
Roots. Yeah.
I mean, we can go down the laundry list of artists that were dope back then. We can maybe name 5 now.
Gangstar. You know what I'm saying?
Name 5.
Hey, Gangstar was dope too, man. People
MOP.
forget
Man.
MOP.
Yeah, Gangstar. Star, MOP. Big L. Oh, man. We keep going, man.
You can go down the list. There's a lot.
I was in college. And Gangstar came down. And I was walking through. He's like, man, you ain't coming to the concert? Yo, just shot me some tickets. Gangstar was dope.
Oh, shit. Nice.
That is nice.
Yeah.
Gangstar is a classic, dog. They're legendary, bro.
Absolutely.
DJ
R.I.P. the Guru, man. R.I.P. All right.
Is NFL girl? Is an NFL girl coming back next week? You don't know.
Well, no, I'll touch base with her and see how she's doing and stuff. But anyway, before we sign out, any other pop? We kind of went on the pop culture little.
We did a little pop
culture. It was all good. Hey, it was fun. We always do. We were doing that before, so it's fine. So we'll wrap up, I guess, today's pod for today. But I want to thank my lovely, esteemed guests, actually hosts, sorry, because we're all hosting this shit. So, Leo and Smooth, thank y'all again for coming on. We'll be back next week. Obviously, we're going to find out who won the NBA Finals. We're going to probably talk about that. We're going to talk about some baseball stuff. We'll probably talk about some pop culture stuff or some other stuff because, hey, it's summertime.
And NBA draft.
NBA draft. We got NBA draft popping. So, it's going to be a fun time this summer. So, stick with us. We're going to be putting out some good content. Again, like, comment,
I'll tell y'all why the Bulls are going to be mid again. For another year.
If you want to hear about Vio talking about the Bulls or the Blackhawks being mid or average or talk, you need to come on to watch the pod because that's where
I'll give it to you raw.
Vio's gonna give it to you raw. If you want to hear very smooth takes on his teams when they're good, he's gonna big them up. When they're trash or average, he's gonna say that they're trash and average.
Truth, man.
And me, if you want to hear me just say outlandish, crazy stuff that they don't agree with, you should absolutely come on the podcast and watch the podcast.
Like my team gonna beat the champ.
Yes, you're going to hear me make bold statements about my mid-teams beating the Stanley Cup champion, the 2-time now Stanley Cup champions. But I think you're going to do. Anyway, we're signing off. We'll see y'all next week. We are
out.
Who beat the champ?